Okay, this is the time where you hear all the talking. When the teams file out, you know it's action time. Then we'll know who will emerge champion of this year's Europa League. Is it Sevilla again, or can Liverpool do what they enjoy doing in a cup competition? We'll know tonight when the final of the Europa League is played. Let's come back home now. Table tennis has been giving us so much reasons to talk sports. Today at the Teslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos, we'll be having the fourth edition of the Nigeria Open. Omar Assar from Egypt has dominated that competition, but the good side of it is that hosting one of ITTF Challenge Series in Nigeria has given doors to open for the development of the sport in the country. The Nigeria Table Tennis Federation, they are fully involved, and with every edition, they're seeing the need to get better. Joining us on the show now is the president of Africa Table Tennis Federation. He's from Egypt. His name Khalid El Sahi, and he will be joined on the program with the president of Nigeria Table Tennis Federation, Wahid Enitan-Oshodi. You see, we brought the guys that are involved with the Nigeria Open to talk to us this morning. Good to have you on the show, Khalid. Good to have you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll get ready for the Nigeria Open. I want to talk to Khalid. The last time I spoke to you, you said it's arguably one of the most interesting Opens you've attended. Why did you say so?
Actually, I'm so happy to be here in Nigeria for the fourth time in a row for this event. I'm attending so much events like this in Europe and in Asia, but the taste of the event in Nigeria is completely different. Spectators are making full house from day one. This is one of the favorites for this event. You feel all the time from the beginning how much hot is table tennis. Competition was very good during the previous three editions, but it was between Africa and Africa. This time we will have a very new procedure that top players from Europe are here with us, and we will have a good competition, and I hope everybody will enjoy the event in this week.
Awesome. Okay, you talked about the previous edition. This is the fourth one you're coming. What are the things you think the Federation can actually do to actually improve on what they've done in the last three editions? Some of the things you must have picked while attending the previous ones.
Actually, I am so proud with the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation for all the efforts they did in the previous editions. And I'm so proud that we have in Africa one of the most prestigious events in this chain, the World Tour. World Tour event is very high standard in ITTF calendar, and in Africa now this is the only one in our continent within the previous 2 years. The Nigerian Table Tennis Federation is doing a lot of efforts to provide welcome, hospitality to all the top players. The organization inside the venue is perfect. The most important thing also is the TV production. TV production was very good during the previous year, and I'm sure that this year we will have much better, and this for sure will be very important for the next years, especially that for the first time in Africa we have title sponsor for such important event.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, my question is to both of you really. I mean, the Nigerian Open is presently a challenge series, and what are the chances of actually upgrading it to a major series or a super series?
Well, you know, there's it's a simple matter. The series is really based around the prize money, and of course, once the prize money goes up, then you know there are also certain things that need to go up. The number of tables, you know, because then you get a lot more top players playing, the best players in the world, and then you're looking at you know, sums in excess of $100,000. You know, which is still quite a lot of money for us. This year we've managed to maintain a good the standard very high, the number one prize money in the challenge series in the world, and you know we're very grateful to all our sponsors. But it's something we'll look forward to. But then, like I said, you know, your infrastructure has to develop along with the event, and then hopefully we can gradually move into that and not strain ourselves too much.
Okay, Khalid, but surely the potential is there.
Yes, for sure. And actually, the standard for the World Tour events in all the categories are the same. But it depends on how much prize money you could offer for the players. This is making challenge or major or serious event. But in all cases, all events should keep the high standard, the professional organization, and the media coverage and the TV coverage for the whole competition.
President Nigeria Table Tennis Federation, we want to understand what's the objective for this 4th edition?
You know, well, hopefully for the Nigerian team, I think with respect to the Nigerian players, it's double-headed. This, we hope, is the start of the preparation for the Olympics. You know, our top players are here, and hopefully they're playing against top players from Europe and from Africa. That gives them the first boost before we move on to the next stage of our preparations, which is, I believe we're going to the Japan Open and the Korean Open. And then you go into a closed camp, hopefully, before the Olympics. But, you know, like I always say on this show, everything revolves around the funding we have. But I'm quite pleased, at least we get the first phase off. But then secondly, I think for us, mostly, what we've used this tournament for is the development of our home-based players. This gives them a chance to get, you know, onto the ITTF ranking ladder. And, you know, this year it's bigger for us because we have a lot of young players. They've just come through the under-16 National League. Like I said, the last time I was here, the performances were fantastic. So we're going to give them a chance to go up against the big boys in the Nigeria Open. You know, we're not saying they're there to win, but they get the experience. And we have players coming from all over the world, playing in different styles, and this is the only way they can learn those styles. So for us, hopefully, our development goals, you know, will be achieved through this tournament.
Okay, let's come back to Khalid. Khalid, I'm looking at table tennis basically in Africa. How much development have we achieved?
Actually, we are trying hard for making good development activities in Africa. We have a very tough planning, making courses all for the whole year. We have 15 courses every year for the African countries, and by rotation every year, year by year. We are trying also to push the participation of the Africans worldwide and continental-wide for all events. And I'm so happy this year in Nigeria we have 50% of the participating countries from Africa. 8 countries among the 16 are from Africa, which is very good percentage and very good number of participants from Africa. We have from the upper part Morocco, Tunisia, and Egypt. We have from the western part like Congo, Brazzaville, Congo Democratic, Cameroon, Ghana, plus the host Nigeria. I believe this is very good, and then a good step of preparation for all the Africans who are here. For some of them are qualifiers for the Olympics, and the others will continue. We have the African Senior Championship this year in Morocco in October. And I hope we could have the same level of cooperation and high level of participation of countries in the African seniors, with the possibility to have the same success with Nigeria, to have a title sponsor in such important event in Africa.
Okay, now let's talk about the players now. From Nigeria, we're going to be having 2 players that will be making history. Funke Oshodi becoming the first African player to attend the 6th Olympic, and of course we're having Segun Turiola, first African 7th Olympics. What does this mean for African players and African table tennis generally?
For sure, this is a history. This is legend names in African table tennis. And they give a very good example to all the juniors and cadet players. And how can you prove yourself and to stay on the podium as much as possible? This is not easy, and you have to pay a lot of concern for practice and for your life and how to manage everything to like this. I hope that all the juniors and cadet players in Africa from all the countries to put these models into account and to try hard to reach this level of legend. And I believe that we have also for the future so many good candidates we saw in the previous events in Africa last year and this year. Very good examples for younger players to be like a possibility to continue on the same road for such league.
Okay, President, I mean, you definitely very happy, seeing this and all this, especially in your tenure, having these two legends, get into the Olympics. What does this mean to you?
Well, for me, because I'm a fan first of all, before being the president, and these are careers I've followed, all through their careers, and I think it's still something that hasn't dawned properly on Nigerians. We still get the reaction that because someone has gone 7 Olympics, what are the rest of the people doing? And I think the president has captured it properly. It's the life he's lived, the life she's lived, with families, hard work, discipline. They've remained at the top of their game. It's not being chosen to represent Nigeria. They've had to qualify, gotten through the hard yards. I mean, Shegun this year had to do it the hard way. But, they're fantastic players, and they're good people to work with, role models for our younger players. But, I keep on saying to my colleagues in government that if these people were from Britain, they'd be called Sir Shegun or Lady Funke by now. And that's the honest truth. Yeah. We don't appreciate that. But table tennis, we had Bose Kafo with 5 Olympics. And then Mofyong is coming quite, this is her 3rd Olympics. Haruna is on his way. But, I must mention, these two, they're exceptional. Legends of the world game. We have, another Egyptian playing here, Lachine, who is, I think Shegun stopped Lachine many times. But these are great, fantastic warriors for table tennis, and hopefully the fans will come out to support them.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, Nigeria, Egypt, undoubtedly are the best table tennis nations in Africa. I mean, what can be done to actually take these two countries to the next level? I mean, on the world stage, competing with the likes of China, Germany, and the likes.
They have to start. We have on the second level of competition, we have from Tunisia, we have Algeria, we have Congo Brazzaville also, whom has also qualifiers for Olympics. Okay. They are trying a lot, and they are improving from event to another event. Maybe Nigeria and Egypt has a better chance for players to play like professional in Europe. This is one of the very important items. And we are trying with all other African competitors to use the same policy to send players to learn in Europe how the professional way of living, how the champion should react in such, and to participate a lot, because it's not easy. Whatever the contribution that you receive from the government in any African country, it's not easy to follow up and to play more World Tour events like this one. This is why, in case those players are playing in Europe, they could have facility to play in the same circle in Europe for more events, plus the others in Africa or Asia sometimes.
Egypt seems to be dominating Africa right now. What's Egypt really doing differently?
I believe that they are making a worldwide calendar of participation. This gives them a good possibility for the players, not only for the seniors, for juniors and cadets, to feel in the competition that it is more familiar with the game and more familiar with the situation. Maybe they can losing in the start 1-0 or 2-0, but they still have some confidence to continue and to change the result. I believe participation worldwide. This is the secret for possibility of promotion.
Okay, before we let you go, let's talk to President of Nigeria Table Tennis Federation. What are the chances of some of the prospects we saw at the National Under-16 League when they play in the Under-21s at the Nigeria Open?
Well, I think our top players, Emmanuel Augustine and Abayomi Animation, they stand a good chance. But it's tight. You're playing, at the Under-21. Magdi from Egypt has just played, fantastic table tennis this year. He won here last year, beating, John Olapo, who's now a senior player. So we know it's going to be hard. We're not expecting too much of the Under-16s, but at the Under-21 level, you have Jide Omotayo, and every time we come, we keep on giving you a name for the future.
That's right.
Jide will be in the national team by the end of the year if he continues in this progression, and we hope he can take the Under-21 title.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Khalid, for coming around, and all the best with the Nigeria Open, and of course, Wahid Enitan-Oshodi, thank you so much for coming around.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's it. We'll be talking about table tennis. As regards the Nigeria Open, it will serve off today at the Teslim Balogun Stadium. in Lagos. So if you have the time, you could just stop by and see the best of table tennis. Not just African players, we have players from Europe also repping the competition. We're going on a quick break now. When we come back, you'll meet legends of table tennis in Nigeria. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Stay.